Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. You're listening to right now, NSYNC. I thought this was so great of Justin Timberlake. He's so young. Watching the video, NSYNC. Thinking of you, I drive myself crazy. It was written. Were you? Did Judd work on this song as well
No,
with you?
Jed did not. I wrote this with the legendary songwriting team of Rick Knowles and Ellen Shipley, who wrote Heaven is a Place on Earth and so many other
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
incredible songs. Um, but I was fortunate enough to, I was friends with both of them. We had always talked about writing something, and this just came about. And at the time, my publisher, when we finished it, my publisher, I guess pitched it, and she said, you got to cut on this song with this new group. And I said, they said this new group NSYNC. I said, who are they? Little did I know that they would become one of the biggest boy groups, and the album sold 10 million copies. And by the way, The Bodyguard sold 45 million copies. Not 30, 45 million copies. Um, which
You
is
you made you
unheard
made
of.
it.
It's the greatest selling soundtrack in I think in the history of soundtracks.
I remember it was on all the time, everywhere you went.
It's true.
That was, yeah. In fact, I thought today it's a rainy day here in Santa Barbara, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch The Bodyguard when I get done with this interview. So that
It's
it's
still
a
a
true
great
story.
movie.
That's what I'm doing today. I'm making some popcorn and watching The Bodyguard. I wanted to tell everybody about Allan D. Rich is my special guest today. If you're just tuning in, on Wednesday, mark your calendars, April 3rd. Get yourself out to Vegas. You don't need an excuse to go, right? Well, here's a perfect excuse. The Composers Showcase of Las Vegas proudly presents a tribute to the music of Judd Friedman and Allan D. Rich. It's hosted by Keith Thompson and Julie Miranda. You can go to the smithcenter.com tickets and type in the Composers Showcase. That is the smithcenter.com and tickets. So go check that out. That should be great.
Thank you.
Alan, we don't have much time here in this second to last segment. We're gonna play Barbra Streisand song at the very end here in its entire lessons to be learned. And Kenny Loggins is in our next break where Kenny Loggins for the first time. You got a good story about Kenny. And
Well,
he's out there in Santa Barbara listening. Hey, Kenny.
you want me to tell you the story now?
Yeah, please. And then we'll take our break and then we'll come back and talk about Barbra Streisand.
Um, Jed and I were asked to write with James Newton Howard, the legendary
Wow.
composer. It was a very
Hmm.
big deal. It was after The Bodyguard. I think it was in 1990. The Bodyguard was 1992, 93, I think. And in 1996, we wrote the song with James Newton Howard. They had asked us if Brooke Morrow, who was wonderful, and said, look, we represent James, but he's doing all these incredible scores, but he's not writing songs, and we'd love him to write a song for this movie. Would you write it with him? We said, are you kidding? We had never met. We wrote the song for the movie, One Fine Day with Michelle Pfeiffer and George Clooney. We played it for the film company, and the film company said, you guys are going to get nominated for an Oscar for the song. But like Jed and I always say, not so fast, because um, the director had another song in mind and took a pass on our song, which we were just so bummed. And so James happened to be working with Rod Stewart that weekend. And he flew wherever he flew, but he played the song for Rod Stewart, and Rod Stewart loved the song. Then he recorded the song that weekend for his greatest hits record. So
Wow.
when James came back, we were so excited. I mean, that Rod had recorded the song, that it kind of helped us through not making the movie. But once again, not so fast. The director changed his mind, and he decided that he wanted to use the song. But at the time, I won't go into details. I think Rod Stewart asked for such an exorbitant amount of money that it just wasn't possible. And plus, the soundtrack was going to be on, I think, Columbia. So they wanted Kenny Loggins. So I will just say, I'm not going to go into huge detail, but there was a lot of drama that went because it was recorded by Rod Stewart, but they wanted, it didn't work out with Rod Stewart for the movie. So They wanted Kenny Loggins and they got Kenny Loggins. And so what ended up happening is Kenny Loggins got to record it, he got to release it as a single, and he had a #1 adult contemporary song, and you know, we got nominated for an Oscar, Grammy, and a Golden Globe. Rod Stewart recorded for his greatest hits record, but he wasn't allowed to release it as a single. And Rod's manager always said to us, you know, there was a terrible mistake you made because it would have been the follow-up to Have I Told You Lately, and you guys would have been instant millionaires or something, you know, something like that. And you know, I'm glad it was on both their records, and I'm happy the way it turned out, the way it was, like you said, it was meant to turn out. And we landed on both records, and we got nominated for Oscar, Grammy, and a Golden Globe. But boy, would I have loved Rod to have released that after Have I Told You Lately. And but that's the story. You know, nothing's ever a sure shot.
Yeah. And you're like, you must have to curb your enthusiasm, excuse me, like until it happens.
Why does
Yeah.
it have to be a but? Can't it just be easy?
Life. But it's all working out for you, Alan. It's
Well,
all working out for you. Hey, we're gonna listen to going to break real quick. This is our last break. I don't and stick around because Alan's got a great story about the lessons to be learned from Barbra Streisand. But we're going out right now with I Don't Have the Heart. Um, and I want to mention also, this is incredible, Alan. You're so talented and creative and diversified interests and bringing the world some great stuff. Allan D. Rich is the co-executive producer of a digital series called After Forever. After Forever won 4 daytime Emmys for season 1. Allan was nominated for a daytime Emmy as a co-executive producer in the season 2, and he's also the co-executive producer for the final season. So check that out.
keeping everything
Uh,
crossed.
say that again, Alan.
We're keeping everything crossed for season 3. It's such a beautiful series.
Yeah, and it's coming up. When will that be released? You know?
You know, I really don't know, but Kevin Spirtus, who created it with Michael Slade, may he rest in peace because he passed away. But it's such a beautiful series that I'm so proud to even be a part of. And I think if anybody watches it, they're going to be very moved and touched. And it's a unique story that Kevin Spirtus created because he's an actor, and he was and he's a soap opera star, a Broadway
Mhm.
star, but I think he needed to create his own work to get more work. And look what happened. He won
Yeah.
Best Actor and Best Series for the first season. So
It's called After Forever. I'm going to play the trailer here during the commercial break so you get a little sneak peek on that. It's winner of 6 Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Digital Drama Series, After Forever. It's winner GLAAD Media Awards 2021, special recognition. And the Advocate says of After Forever, love is humanity's greatest story, and it's beautifully expressed in After Forever. We'll be right back.